Searching for a way to add a little science to your St. Patrick's Day celebration? If so, I have 3 ideas. 3 mind-blowing science experiments that might get you and the family hooked on science. Let's start with capturing the shadow of a shamrock and a leprechaun gnome. Check it out. You'll notice that I have multiple different St. Patrick's Day decorations. There's the shamrocks. Here's a look at that leprechaun gnome. What we're going to do is place those on this board right here. This board is a glow-in-the-dark board. It's a vinyl sticker, but you can engineer your own. All you got to do is take a board and paint it multiple times with glow-in-the-dark paint. You'll get the same results. I got to turn off the lights here in the studio so that you can actually see this really good. I want to make sure that you see the science in action. So you'll notice I have my board here. I'm going to place multiple items onto the board. They are opaque, meaning that light can't get through them. I see these objects because light is bouncing off of them. Now what's going to happen is part of the board's going to glow, the other part is not. Let's capture that shadow. Check that out. Isn't that mind-blowing? Pretty cool science. It's all about light and how light travels in a straight line until it hits something. Once it hits something, it can do one of 3 things: reflect, refract, or absorb. Okay, that was a cool science experiment. Let's go to this one next. Look at this. You'll notice I have a shamrock, and my shamrock basically has something attached to it, and what's attached to it is a film canister. You may have heard of film canisters. Here's a look at that film canister. Basically, a film canister is something like a carrying case for film. A long time ago, before we had a camera in our pockets all the time called our mobile phone, we had to go take pictures with film. Then we would carry that film to the film developer in this, a film canister. We would have to wait weeks in order to get those pictures. Now we get them instantly. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to add some water to the film canister. How about a little bit more? We're going to create a chemical reaction, by the way. Drop the Alka-Seltzer in. Snap the top on. What I'm going to do is place it about right there. A gas is building up on the inside. That gas, because of a chemical reaction, just launched my soaring shamrock. Say soaring shamrock 5 times. I bet you your tongue gets twisted, right? One more. It has to do with potatoes. Inside of here, this is a little rod, a dowel rod here. This is a hollow tube. I have placed a potato plug. I did that by stabbing this into the potato. We'll do it again because we need 2 potato plugs in there. I've got 2 potato plugs. What I'm going to do is decrease the air pressure between the 2. The space is going to get smaller. That's going to add a force to one of the potato plugs, the one closest to you, and should launch my... Oh no! My potato plug right across the room. I should remind you, please kids, before doing any science experiments, have an adult around, wear the appropriate safety gear, do not eat or drink your science experiment. You can get these experiments at hookedonscience.org. Don't forget to follow Hooked on Science on Twitter at HOS Mr. Science and Hooked on Science on Instagram and Facebook. Just look for Hooked on Science.